Action.
Ah, there you are, Miss Hightower. I was beginning to think I'd be called upon to fish you from the trout stream.
I beg your pardon. I required a bit of air.
Ha, yes. Lovely evening for it. Are you sufficiently pleased with the grounds of Willowbrook?
Of course.
Splendid. Then you approve?
Who could find fault with the grounds, Mr. Ainsworth?
Ah, no indeed. No indeed. What's then I derive from your careful inflection that there is at Willowbrook which you could find fault with?
I can...
Tush, tush. Not another word of it. Did you catch the full moon rising above the peat bog?
I marked it.
Dramatic indeed. You know, Miss Hightower, my trip to Sussex last summer was not the tedious family business which beckoned me thither. No, but rather my brief sojourn in Heathfield Park and the various social gatherings where I was pleasured to meet the acquaintance of you and your family.
It was a thrilling season.
And during my brief sojourn at Heathfield Park, I must confess, I could think of nothing else but you and your beautiful sketches. Upon leaving there, I must admit I could think of nothing else for some time but those wonderful charcoal sketches of the countryside.
You flatter, Mr. Ainsworth.
No, indeed, I do not. I very greatly wish to be connected to you and your work, to have some ownership in it.
Ownership.
Yes, and when your family took lodgings in Hampshire this spring, it seemed quite a fortuitous event indeed.
Quite fortuitous. I must return to the house, Mr. Ainsworth. It grows cold.
Then let me warn you, Miss Hightower. Julia,
No.
please take my coat.
I feel chill has deeply set in. There's no remedy you can provide.
I grow weary of these intrigues and double entendres, Miss Hightower. I'm not a stupid man. I know the particulars of your family's visit. Plainly, they mean to parade you about polite society, as a farmer flaunts his choicest pig.
Mr. Ainsworth!
Oh, and please, and excuse my audacious candor, but you won't be winning any ribbons, nor any husbands for that matter, because as sordid as it may be, there are scurrilous and unseemly tongues that wag this way, that round this tiny little hamlet, and they wag about you, Miss Hightower.
I'm sure I haven't the faintest
You are a marked woman! Sorry to be the bearer of ill tidings, but there it is. You may as well sow your old maid's weeds forthwith, because no suitors of any repute will be knocking at your door.
How dare you, sir?
I dare, Miss Hightower. I'm the firstborn son of the wealthiest man in Christendom. In all truthfulness, mere social convention is a paltry constraint for someone of my sizable wealth and stature. I dare. Because I can. The fates, however, have been less kind to you, being without a male sibling your birthright, such that it has been entailed away, and the offerings of an obscure male relative can promise nothing more than abject poverty.
And yet, I do not tremble, Mr. Ainsworth.
Yet you do not. Huh. There is much to be admired about you, Julia.
And much to be abhorred in you.
Oh, and still such an abhorred man as I might yet be your salvation. I like you, Julia.
Mr. Ainsworth, you've said quite enough.
Are you surprised? Yes, I like you. You are as handsome a specimen as I've ever seen, lively and energetic, talented in music and art, intelligent, almost to a fault. These attributes, I dare say, when matched with my own myriad of graces, could well produce exceptionally pleasing offspring.
Thank you for your astute observations, Mr. Ainsworth, but despite your previous reference to Price Livestock, you'll be surprised to learn I am no farm animal. Producing exceptionally pleasing offspring is not my life's chief objective.
Be assured, Julia, I'm not looking for love, and I'm quite certain that you do not love me. However, I do require a wife, a partnership in the business of expanding my honorable lineage. It is a grand, unbroken line spanning centuries before me, and I am bound to bid adieu to the temptations and distractions of my youth and perform my family duty. And I see you as a worthy candidate.
Mr. Ainsworth, though your described partnership of convenience is no doubt brimming with fruitful promise, you'll be shocked to discover your eloquent declaration of affection with rejection. I hope the disappointment will not linger with you for long. Good evening, sir.
Julia, certainly you are not ignorant of what a man such as I can offer a woman such as you in a partnership of convenience, as you so call it. Not that I care a jot for social mores, but you cannot be completely unaware that your very reputation has recently been called into question. Oh, your association with the local artist, a Mr. Lagarde, whose name alone inspires credulity, is fatty meat for the maw of outrage, namely from the bishop's Waltham.
My association with the gifted Mr. Lagarde is of my concern alone.
Unjust, I know. Your association in this acquaintance, whether real or imagined, pure or impure, has set you alone and adrift at sea. And I alone am your last hope for security, Miss Hightower.
Mr. Ainsworth, I think you've missed your calling. Prized pigs, gristle-filled maws, adrift at sea. It seems you have a bent towards the poetic. But perhaps you should have said, I alone might offer a sturdy mast and sail, or I alone am a fruitful uncharted isle in your course, or better still, I alone am the god Poseidon deigning to grant fair seas for your passage home.
Perhaps I might have.
Mr. Lagarde, who, as you have intimated, is of French heritage, is in fact as true an Englishman as you or I. He is my friend, and his skill with either brush or chisel is equal to anything I have ever seen displayed in the National Gallery. I admire his talent.
Oh yes, I do agree. He is talented. I've seen his nudes, and he has such an eye for detail.
Mr. Ainsworth, you will let go of my arm.
The deal is sealed, Miss Hightower. Your parents have already accepted my offer of matrimony, and despite social proprietaries dictating the contrary, have accepted my offer of real estate in this accord. You have been sold.
I will not bow.
Nay, but you will. I possess the painting.
What did she say?
I possess the painting. Oh, surely you must know the one I mean.
Impossible.
Oh, it did not come cheaply. You now sit precariously on the edge of ruin. If you do not accept my magnanimous offer, you will suffer the pangs of social ignominy that only an itinerant leper might endure. I'm certain that Mr. Lagarde, in his short career, will not see profit from a single painting in all of Hampshire. You will give me satisfaction.
Have you no heart? Have you no soul? I love him.
Oh, yes. I know. But Director Adele begs the question. Will we be married